We have reached the final day of the group stage from the 2021 Concacaf Futsal Championship. It's match day number 3 from Domo Polideportivo in Guatemala City. I'm Josh Eastern, happy to be with you on this Wednesday. And our first game of the day will be El Salvador taking on Nicaragua, a crucial match in Group D of this Concacaf Futsal Championship. So much at stake in this game today. It is the second place and third place teams coming in to today. But as we go back to yesterday, some interesting scorelines, all of them really tight matches. But in this group, the big upset of the day, El Salvador knocking out Cuba. And with the United States' 4-2 win over Nicaragua, the Cubans are eliminated going into the final match today against the United States. But we start here in Group D. It's El Salvador against Nicaragua. And a lot at stake today. The United States comes in at the top of Group D. In second place on 4 points is El Salvador after they were able to knock off Cuba and then draw against the United States during the first 2 matches. As for Nicaragua, a 4-1 win against Cuba, but then a 4-2 loss against the United States. So it's pretty simple. El Salvador, a win or a draw, and they are assured a spot in the knockout stage. As for Nicaragua, it's not as simple. They will need to capture all 3 points in order to move on to the next round. And of course, once we get into the quarterfinals, starting on Friday, the winners of all of the quarterfinals, the semifinalists, will advance on to the 2021 FIFA Futsal World Cup. That is later this year in Lithuania. But we are building up to the first game of the day. It's El Salvador and it's Nicaragua. Group D action on match day number 3, the final day of the group stage. The referees and the teams gathering in the tunnel. First kick just moments away. Let out by the referees. Both teams making their way out today. It'll be El Salvador in the all blue kits. Nicaragua will be in all white with just that shade of blue on the shirts. Such a crucial match for both of these sides. 2 of the underdogs in this Group D. It was expected to be the United States and Cuba making it through. The United States has an inside path already to advancing. But as for one of these teams, will only get one of these 2 most likely, unless Cuba is able to beat the United States later on by a major scoreline. But here in game number 1, it's El Salvador and Nicaragua. Knockout is on the line. One of these teams will most likely go home. Another will move on. We'll step aside for national anthems, and first kick is coming up from Guatemala City.
Solicitamos ponerse de pie para el himno nacional de El Salvador, seguido por el himno nacional de Nicaragua.
See the passion in both nations as they sing their national anthems. And we are just about set as we meet today's referees. The man in the middle will be Roberto Lopez from Panama. As the two captains come to the middle as well. It's David Sandoval for El Salvador, Adali Lacayo for Nicaragua. Fist bumps all around, the coin toss as well, and it's time to look at today's starting lineups. We'll start with El Salvador and Coach Juan Palma. This is the lineup that we have seen, or a couple of these players we've seen in the starting lineup. David Sandoval, of course, the captain. Samuel Munoz, a goal against the United States in that draw on Monday. As for Nicaragua, Creighton Downs makes his first start of this competition. He has arguably been the best player for Nicaragua so far, scoring a goal versus Cuba. One of the better goals that we have seen throughout this competition for coach Roger Luna. Of course, in goal for Nicaragua will be Rudy Rodriguez. On the other side for El Salvador, Emerson Lemus, that we have seen so far in this competition. He came off the bench and started the second half for El Salvador yesterday against Cuba. Well, as we said, coming into this game, El Salvador advances with a win or a draw, as no other team would be able to catch them. The standings are so tight right now. The United States and El Salvador locked on 4 points, and Nicaragua on 3 points. Those are the three teams that are still eligible to advance. Cuba has been eliminated ahead of their match right after this against the United States. We are just about set for first kick. A busy day, 5 more games here from Guatemala City. Our referee Roberto Lopez for Panama is just about set. Just waiting for the top of the hour. We will get day number 3 underway from Guatemala City. A day off tomorrow before the knockout stages begin on Friday. Will take us through the weekend. As we said, El Salvador in blue, Nicaragua in white. And here we go. It's day number 3 of the 2021 Concacaf Futsal Championship. A huge win yesterday for El Salvador. Never won in this competition. They got their first win against one of the perennial powerhouses in Cuba yesterday. And we started with that 1-1 draw against the United States back on Monday. As for Nicaragua, the 4-1 win against Cuba, that was a huge shock. Also their first win in this competition's history before a 4-2 loss against the United States yesterday. But Nicaragua was able to battle back in that game. Really impressive performance from the Nicaraguans. They were down 3-0, came back, made it a 3-2 game before the United States added one on at the end.
Dejándola en corto para Salvador. Aguilar.
This has been a pretty low-scoring group all around.
Para Sandoval.
Nicaragua has scored 6 goals. That is the most in this group. The United States has scored 5. Costa Rica has scored 7. Panama 11. But both of those teams have only played 1 game. So through 2 games, Nicaragua the highest scoring team in this group with 6. So defense has really been on display here in the opening couple of days. A heavy challenge coming in here early. Munoz all the way to the end line. Keep it in play. Well, the winner of Group D will play the second place team out of Group A. That will either be the Dominican Republic, Guatemala, or Trinidad and Tobago. While the second place team will then play the first place team from that same group. So groups A and D go on one side of the bracket, and B and C will go on another. At least for the quarterfinals. Kick in here for Munoz. Aguilar will send this all the way down. And an easy catch for Rudy Rodriguez in Nicaragua. Here's Creighton Downs. A youngster for Nicaragua has been one of the most impressive players for this team thus far in this competition. And looking to keep up his hot start here today. Just one goal for Downs. He scored it against Cuba. He's rewarded with his first start today. Now it's Nelson Salinas. Bring it down the line, taken away by David Sandoval. Munoz. Oh, good play here, and a big save coming from Rodriguez. First real chance of the match, and it comes for El Salvador. Rodrigo Contreras, but unable to get it by Rudy Rodriguez. So a corner kick now upcoming. This one sent in towards goal. Shot comes on. Lemos will watch it go wide. El Salvador wearing the blue, Nicaragua in white. A miscommunication, and now in transition, Nicaragua comes back the other way. Here's the shot, and it's out of play. Patrick Luna was set up by Nelson Salinas. Good play here, an open shot in front of goal, but not able to put it on frame. Sandoval. On the turn, shot is saved by Rodriguez, and Samuel Munoz getting a shot away already in the opening couple of minutes. Creighton Downs has a shot deflected out of play. This one put in and quickly deflected out once again. The shot coming from Nelson Salinas. Zepeda puts it back in, gets to the end line, gets across away. The shot is blocked down right in front of goal. Great chance for Patrick Luna and Nicaragua, and Creighton Downs commits a foul. Another look at that one is it was Patrick Luna going down, and there was the collision that drew the whistle and the foul on Creighton Downs. Downs will usher this out of play, and some substitutes ready to come on for Nicaragua for the first time today. Look there at Emerson Lemus, passionate goalkeeper for this El Salvador side. Another kick in coming, 4.5 minutes gone. Here in the opening half, another shot deflected out of play. Downs, keep this moving, Contreras. This one will deflect out of play. Juan Zepeda there for Nicaragua. Shot comes on, deflection right in front of goal. And luckily for Emerson Lemus and El Salvador, that one deflects out. Lemus was going the wrong way in that situation. Now it's Nelson Salinas. For Creighton Downs, his shot deflected out of play. Cepeda puts this in right away. Now it's Salinas. Here's Merlot. Line was downfield, and it's taken in the penalty area by Lemus. Merlot gets around one, trying to play this ahead. Dali Lacayo going to get on the end of it. Another kick in coming for Nicaragua. They seem to be on the front foot here in the opening few minutes. Sandoval pokes that one away. Sent all the way downfield and straight out of play. Nicaragua, the onus is on them to bring the game to El Salvador. El Salvador is perfectly fine with 1 point. That would be enough to see them through to the knockout stage. And it's really impressive. Both of these teams have only been in this competition one previous time. El Salvador back in '96, Nicaragua in 2000. Sent in right in front of goal, and Munoz will now dribble this back. Good footwork there. But both with a win today would be just then one win away from advancing on to the World Cup, and what an accomplishment that could be. Of course it'll be difficult with the opposition they'll have to go up against in Group A. Nobody really expected either of these teams to knock off Cuba, and both of them have. And a foul will send it back to El Salvador. Here's a chance. Nicaragua trying to get a shot away. El Salvador getting bodies in front and making it difficult to find an angle to shoot. Back the other way, a foul will set up a free kick for El Salvador. Fouls really starting to mount up here in the first part of this first 20 minutes. Going to ground for Nicaragua there was Lester Kripp, who has started both games, doesn't get the start today. Here comes a shot in, and it's driven in low and out of play. Deflected out, and I think there was an appeal for handball there from Brian Correa as he dribbled downfield. Correa, the 20-year-old, a goal against the United States. Here comes a shot. Skewed wide and out of play. Intercepted, shot coming, out of play. And Dali Lacayo won it back in a really good position. Had a clean look at goal, but just couldn't put it on frame. And a yellow card, it looks like, has been issued to Brian Correa of Nicaragua. It looks like maybe 2 yellow cards issued. No, 1 was to Correa. This is out for another kick in. There is Correa, who just picked up that yellow card. A foul in the defensive half for Nicaragua. That was Pedro Gomez getting a bit too physical. There's another foul just inside midfield. And that's the second straight for Pedro Gomez, so 2 successive whistles on number 13 in blue. This time sliding in and taking out Luis Venegas. Crep. Heavy touch by Lacayo, and possession conceded. David Sandoval. Aguilar switches the play. Shot comes on. Wasn't too far away. Quick build up for El Salvador. And Marvin Diaz getting that shot away. Merlot's shot deflected out. Another kick in coming for Nicaragua. Venegas unable to turn the corner. Marvin Diaz in defense for El Salvador. They stay in play. Now it's out. And another kick in for Nicaragua. Getting that first goal, of course, so crucial in this game today. One of these teams most likely will be going home. For the United States, they will be playing Cuba after this. But to secure their advancement in this competition, here comes the first shot, and it's just wide. Munoz on the turn, and pretty close for El Salvador. This is played straight out of play, but for the United States, I'm sure they are, I don't want to say rooting, but have an eye on this game. With an El Salvador win or draw, they are through officially. Then it just comes down to whether they are first or second in the group, and of course a tough game upcoming against Cuba, and I think Cuba has something to prove before they go home after this final game. Big save coming from Rodriguez. The putback is out of play. And here's some good attacking sequences for El Salvador. Munoz getting himself involved again, and Alan Solis, who scored against Cuba, putting that shot out of play. Munoz plays this forward, opening up down the right. Shot coming off the woodwork. The post puts it out of play. Great chance for El Salvador on the break. Alan Solis. And a good through ball from Salvador Aguilar. Rodriguez plays this downfield, and the shot is out of play. Alejandro Siqueira. Sandoval being hounded by Axel Espinosa. This is played downfield and the catch by Rodriguez. Making his third start in goal today for Nicaragua. That ball just trickling out of play, and Munoz will look to put this back in for El Salvador. Blocked down. Here comes Nicaragua back the other way. Juan Zepeda getting this wide. Espinosa asking for a deflection, and he does get it. It's a corner kick. This one sent in. Little hesitation. Lemos with a big save. Luis Venegas with that shot. Lemos to deny him. The second corner kick's cleared away here by El Salvador. Munoz. And just put straight out of play. Here's another look at that save. Just getting his chest in the way. Getting over to his right. And able to keep this scoreless right at the midway point of this first half. The corner and knocked out of play. Zepeda there in defense. Low shot coming in on the kick in. This will be another one on the other side now for El Salvador. And once again on that far side, Luis Venegas just dribbling it out of play as Gomez gets it going again. Martinez. Sandoval. On the turn, this will run back for Rudy Rodriguez. And this will run out of play. You can really see Nicaragua trying to put some pressure on this El Salvador defense. Lemos has had to come up with a couple of big saves already here in the opening 11 or so minutes. It's such a big opportunity for both of these teams. Neither of them have advanced out of the group stage, but one of these two will do that for the first time in 2021. A Nicaragua win would still keep things open in terms of advancement in this Group D. It would all come down to what happens in the United States' match against Cuba coming up next. We're still searching for that first goal here today. A bit too long, and then it'll go back to Nicaragua. Taken away by Sandoval. Turns Zepeda around, and the shot is wide. Long downfield, good first touch to bring this in. El Salvador trying to clear their lines, and they do. It was Sequeira there for Nicaragua. Cortez plays this in. Correa, already on a yellow card today. Munoz. Sandoval, quick with his feet. And then he gives it away. Sequeira. And now Kripp. Sandoval. Munoz. Munoz on his left foot. Will send this one out of play. Another shot coming from Samuel Munoz and El Salvador. They're just looking for a win or a draw today, needing to avoid defeat. Crossing, and Rodriguez sliding in. And then a big challenge from Eric Martinez. And now it's put out of play. And let's take a look once again at this buildup. Big save coming. Rodriguez just getting down. And it was Eric Martinez there for El Salvador trying to provide that finish. Here's Creighton Downs back for Nicaragua, and he loses possession. Numbers here, Martinez, shot out of play. Salvador trying to take possession at the back. Nicaragua able to win it back. And the shot goes into side netting from Jason Cortez. This game's still looking for a bit of a flow in the opening half. Couple of shots to test either goalkeeper, but only a handful really in total. Getting back to his feet is Correa. Trying to keep this one in, Salinas. And it will go back to El Salvador, and a player down for El Salvador. That is Alan Solis. Taken away. Here comes Nicaragua back the other way. Downs was saved off the line and then cleared all the way back downfield. The player is down for El Salvador in the penalty area. That's Salvador Aguilar. Another look at it here. Sandoval will play this one down the line and didn't stay in play. Downs taking up the ball by Sandoval. Now he's double teamed. It's out for a corner kick. Pressure high up the field by El Salvador. Ball put in, shot comes on and wasn't too far away. Alan Solis putting his left foot through it. Downs, his shot blocked down by Sandoval. Downs battling for it once more for Nicaragua. His teammate was trying to put up a screen just to allow him to keep possession. About 5 minutes to go from Guatemala City in this first half. First of 5 games today. Knocked ahead, chance here coming for Nicaragua. It's still bouncing around, and it's out for a kick in. Lemos come to take it for El Salvador. Munoz cutting in field. Munoz looking for an angle to shoot. He was taken off the ball. And here comes Nicaragua before they concede possession. Cross coming into the middle, maybe an appeal for handball. As Nicaragua's Luis Venegas went down. Now it's Sandoval. Salinas. Rodriguez. Looks like it deflects off of him. And it's out for a corner kick. Nervy moments there at the back for Nicaragua. Shot comes on right off the back of the Nicaraguan defender. Deflects out of play once more. El Salvador starting to put a bit more pressure on Nicaragua at the end of this first half. Rodriguez with the save and just parried it out far enough so that it didn't fall for Pedro Gomez. Taken away. Here comes Nicaragua. Venegas. He goes down. Possession quickly back the other way. And this will be a foul going against Nicaragua. And you can see the pain from Salvador Aguilar. And a yellow card will be issued. Looks like that'll go against Luis Venegas. A little push in the back. The injured player still down. It's Salvador Aguilar. Another look at this. Put both hands on the back. Kind of an awkward fall. So now he's back to his feet. So it'll be a free kick for El Salvador as they put this back into play. Munoz. Shot comes on, it's low. Rodriguez got down to make the save. Rolled in, and this shot put out of play. Played downfield. Once again, losing possession was Alejandro Sequeira. Trying to weave through a couple of defenders, but it is chased down, and the whistle comes, and back to Nicaragua it goes. Downfield, and all the way out of play once again. Munoz. And this one all the way in front, and it is knocked in. And El Salvador have captured the first goal in this game today. Pedro Gomez, I'm not sure if he got a touch on it at the end. It really doesn't matter because this goal will be good for El Salvador. All set up by Eric Martinez. Oh, it'll be interesting to see who the goal is actually awarded to, but nonetheless, it is a goal for El Salvador. And now it is Nicaragua needing 2 goals to advance. And they will have their work cut out for them in the final part of this first half and in the second as well. It was a good cross in from Martinez, and it was put away by Gomez. Nicaragua back the other way. This one's knocked out. Shot right in front, and there's the equalizer. Just seconds later, Nicaragua equalize. It's Lester Kripp, his second goal of this competition. Just on the corner kick, pretty simple. Cross coming in. Lacayo providing the service, and it did deflect off a Nicaragua, or pardon me, an El Salvador player, but into the back of the net. Taken away. Maybe things starting to heat up here at the end of this first 20 minutes. Into the corner. Trying to get it back up top. A chance now for Aguilar to get forward. Kripp steps in. Sandoval. Munoz, cross all the way through, and El Salvador have taken the lead right back. 3 goals in a matter of just a few minutes. And it's 2-1 El Salvador, this time Marvin Diaz. Sandoval started it. Nicaragua was a bit caught out. And a beautiful finish. Rodriguez couldn't get across the goal mouth in time. And look at that finish from Marvin Diaz, his first goal in this competition. So all of a sudden, the floodgates have opened here in the last minute or so, and it's now 2-1 El Salvador. Into the corner. And it's out of play. You can see the wrap now on the head. Number 4, Patrick Luna. Solis taken off the ball. Contreras trying to win it back. Now it's Luna for Nicaragua. Luna back on it. Solis puts it out. Put in play, looking for that switch all the way across the penalty area. Brought down by Zepeda. And a kick in awarded. Just over a minute to play in this first half. Salinas. Luna. Jumped all the way back downfield. Under a minute to go now. Salinas on the turn. Nicaragua now some work to do. The opening goal scored by El Salvador. Nicaragua equalized just seconds later before El Salvador were then able to take the lead right back. Huge second half upcoming. Remember, El Salvador advances with a win or a draw. Nicaragua needs all 3 points. El Salvador get a win or a draw in this game, that also means the United States advance, and that would make the second game here in Group D today just a dead rubber between the United States and Cuba. Final 20 seconds of this first half. Contreras. Rodriguez in goal will let this run out of play for the final 5 seconds. Nicaragua will take this to halftime. Still needing a goal to get back in this, but El Salvador, they score the first goal, then they concede, and immediately able to get that go-ahead goal. So we go into halftime here, 20 minutes are down, and a huge 20 minutes coming up. It's El Salvador 2, it's Nicaragua 1. Highlights from the first 20 minutes of action. It's match day number 3 of the 2021 Concacaf Futsal Championship. Nicaragua taking on El Salvador, and it is El Salvador that needs the win or the draw to advance. Nicaragua needs all 3 points to have a chance to move on to the knockout stage. And here in the early going, there were chances for both sides. The goals didn't come until the end of the first half, but when they did, they came in very quick succession. Samuel Munoz has been very good, as he has been all tournament for El Salvador. And on the other side for Nicaragua, it's been Creighton Downs who has been good for Nicaragua. It'll be interesting to see come the second half what both of these teams can do. Emerson Lemus coming up with some big saves. And same thing with Rudy Rodriguez on the other end. There was Creighton Downs getting the shot away. And Munoz on the free kick, trying for that distraction just in front of goal. Didn't quite work in that situation, but would eventually be this man right here who would get the goal. Martinez sending it across. I'm not sure who they're going to officially give this goal to, but it's either Martinez or Gomez. Very close to see if Gomez got a touch on this one, but nonetheless, it finds the back of the net, and it's the first goal of the game. But then just seconds later, almost right back on the other end, on the corner kick, it would be Lester Kripp, his second goal of the tournament, and his first of the game, of course. And then just moments later, right back the other way, El Salvador would have a chance to take the lead right back, and they would do just that. Marvin Diaz providing the finish. So we should have an interesting second half upcoming. A win or a draw needed for El Salvador. Nicaragua needs all 3 points. Elimination on the line on the final day of the group stage. Getting set for the second half from Domo Polideportivo in Guatemala City. It's the first match of 5, the final day of the group stage in the 2021 Concacaf Futsal Championship. And it's Nicaragua taking on El Salvador in today's first match. It's Group D action. And so much on the line for both of these nations that have never gone past the group stage. What an accomplishment it would be for either side. But right now at halftime, the advantage is El Salvador's, a 2-1 lead over Nicaragua, and all El Salvador need is a win or a draw. The onus completely on Nicaragua come the second half to take the game to El Salvador. What a first half it was, especially towards the end. That's when it really started to heat up. That's when we got those goals. Today's referee, Roberto Lopez, blows his whistle, and we get this second half going. So what will we get in this second half? The goals scored by Marvin Diaz and Pedro Gomez for El Salvador. On the other side, it was Lester Critt for Nicaragua. It's El Salvador in all blue. It's Nicaragua in the white kits today with the blue across the front. Here comes Munoz, forcing a save out of Rudy Rodriguez inside the first minute of this second half. Another look at it here. Rodriguez well out of his goal, but still able to make the save on Samuel Munoz. He's been one of the best players in this competition for El Salvador. Scored that goal against the United States. That got the draw, and that could be a crucial point against the USA that they were able to capture on Monday. Switch of the play, and the shot is dragged out of play. Alan Solis getting into the attack. A good start in this opening minute by El Salvador. What can Nicaragua do now to come back? And of course, they're chasing 2 goals. They need to win this game. They need all 3 points. As Patrick Luna takes down David Sandoval, and a yellow card. Pretty easy call for the referee, Roberto Lopez. There it is again. Knew what he was doing as Sandoval went to the ground. He couldn't let him get too far away. Sandoval. Play this down the line. Aguilar. Back for Munoz. Here's Munoz. You can see that slick spot that Lacayo just slipped on. And that was right where David Sandoval went down, so they've yet to wipe the floor. Looks like the man with the mop is right there readying to come on, and here he will. With the surface they play on, you can see when there's any sort of liquid or perspiration on the floor. And now we can continue on. Salvador Aguilar. He'll run away, but he'll get it right back. Sandoval's shot is caught by Rodriguez. He'll look to distribute quickly. Creighton Downs has it knocked away by Alan Solis. Nelson Salinas. Salinas has it taken away by Munoz. Sandoval. Have to concede a kick in here. What can Nicaragua do? This is a good opportunity in their attacking end. Lacayo. Downs out of play. It'll be Eric Martinez now coming on for El Salvador. Quickly put back in, and the shot into side netting by Lacayo. Back downfield, Martinez, his shot finds side netting as well. Couple of close chances on either end. Downs, right down the middle and wide. Great chance for the youngster, Creighton Downs, 20 years of age, a goal against Cuba. Miscommunication, and it's Eric Martinez who came away with it before Downs slides in to concede a kick in. Munoz. Solis. And out of play. On the kick in, Munoz gets an angle to shoot and forces a save out of Rodriguez. Rodriguez has had to come into action a few times in this second half. Warning signs here for Nicaragua as they look for the comeback. And Solis is shot out of play. Oh, a big collision as Solis goes flying into the bench. And then he goes at Creighton Downs. Solis' momentum was really carrying. I don't think Downs meant anything bad, but he will go into the book. Another yellow card for the Nicaraguan. Here it is again. Solis was trying to usher this out of play. And you can see, yeah, that left arm kind of wraps around Solis and throws him into the bench area. But it was Solis who looked like it was trying to usher it out. Downs was just trying to maybe get around Solis and keep that in play, but a yellow card issued down to Creighton Downs. Good quick feet. It's kept in play for the moment. And the whistle comes to stop play. Like a free kick now to Nicaragua. Once again, they'll wipe up the floor. About 3.5 minutes gone in this second half. Put back in play by Lacayos. Now it's Salinas. Cleared as far as Downs. Heavy off his chest. And then out of play for a kick in back to Nicaragua. This one kept in play. Gomez. Sandoval. Here's Munoz. Downs, oh, he thought he got away with it there, but he did bring down Pedro Gomez. Puts his hand up. Now has to be a bit more careful with that yellow card he picked up moments ago. Venegas. Correa now for Downs. Back for Venegas. He got away with a bit of a foul, but he plays on. Correa's shot forces a save out of Lemus. Downs on the follow. Another diving save from Lemus. This one will stay in play. Back-to-back saves. Two good shots. The first from Correa. The second from Downs. Might that be a moment we look back at? The goalkeeper well out of the penalty area. This could be a decision. A big challenge coming in. Rudy Rodriguez taking down Salvador Aguilar. Here it is again, just sliding in, completely taking out Aguilar. Looks like just a yellow card issued to Rudy Rodriguez. So Rudy Rodriguez into the book with the yellow card after the clumsy challenge. It'll be a free kick now for El Salvador, trying to double its advantage. Sandoval and Chavez. It'll be Sandoval. Hit a teammate on the left side. It was Munoz. As Downs tries to carry it away, he is fouled by Sandoval. There it is again, just a little trip. Nicaragua just looking for an avenue forward now. Lacayo. His shot blocked down in the penalty area. Munoz switches the play. Low shot in, and there's the third goal for El Salvador. It's the 39-year-old Victor Chavez, the oldest player on this El Salvador side. And might that be enough now for El Salvador to move on to the knockout stage? Ball coming in from Sandoval, and Chavez there to finish it off. And you can see what that means to the 39-year-old Victor Chavez. His emotions taking him to the floor right away. The team celebrating with Chavez right away as well. And now it's an uphill battle for Nicaragua. Can they get back in this match? Remember, a win or a draw is enough to see El Salvador through to the next round. And that would also mean the United States would advance to the next round as well, and then it comes down to whether it's first or second place. Sent through Lemus. Oh, he almost dropped that at the back, but able to collect it between his legs. Contreras goes all the way downfield and earns a kick in. Play. Now the pressure really ratchets up for Nicaragua. They need to chase now 3 goals in this final 12.5 minutes. Find one here. Quick passing, a foul just outside the penalty area. Free kick to Nicaragua. Nicaragua, chance to get back in this match here. Patrick Luna. Long delay here as the referees organize everybody in the penalty area. Now we're ready. Luna will play this short, he'll get it back, and then the shot is blocked. And out of play now, back to Nicaragua. By Sandoval. El Salvador has used strong defense throughout this competition. They've only conceded 2 goals, one to the United States on Monday and one to Cuba yesterday. They haven't scored that many either. This is their highest scoring output, 1 against the US on Monday, 2 against Cuba, and now 3 here today. I guess if you are Juan Palma, the coach, you have to like that upward trends in terms of scoring. But against the competition they could face next, it could be Guatemala, it could be the Dominican Republic or Trinidad and Tobago. What will we see upcoming if they can close this one out with a win or a draw? Sending this downfield, sliding challenge, will put this out of play. The follow-up is also put out of play after it was put back in. Salinas, Luna, shot blocked. Coming down the middle, forcing a save out of Lemus. Nelson Salinas. Emerson Lemus has come up with big saves today. Salinas will get this back, deflecting around, off the woodwork, saved off the line. Emerson Lemus again. And this is almost destiny for El Salvador as the shot back the other way is out of play. Look at this sequence again. Off the crossbar first, the header then knocked away. What a defensive sequence there for El Salvador. A bit of luck as well with the shot off the crossbar. In these situations, in these type of games, you use anything you can get. As Solis goes down. They tried to play quick, and now it's out of play, an injured player now for Nicaragua. Nicaragua back the other way. What can they muster up right the midway point of this half? Another save! Emerson Lemus. Time and time again in this game, he has come up with big save after big save. Salinas scores! Well, eventually Nicaragua had to get one by him, and Nelson Salinas brings one back for Nicaragua. His first goal of this competition, the 24-year-old on the score sheet. So right past the midway point of this second half. And Nicaragua cut the deficit in half. They have made things very interesting for the final 9:41. Nicaragua did this yesterday against the United States, where they went down 3-0, but then came back to make it 3-2. They didn't go down 3-0 today, but they have still come back to make it 3-2. What can they muster up in this final 9.5 minutes? Salinas shot, pushed aside by Lemus. Again Salinas, and this time out of play. So many factors as this game comes to a close. The pressure may be really starting to set in on El Salvador. Really, for both of these teams, it's such a big opportunity. Just the second time in this competition for both teams. El Salvador, it's been 25 years. For Nicaragua, it's been 21 years. As Munoz tries to turn the corner, gets the cross away, and Martinez couldn't get there. But now he wins it back. Martinez for Munoz, who goes to the ground. Here comes Nicaragua. Lacayo, Lemus way out of his goal, able to get a touch on this and put it out of play. Salinas. Out of play once more. The United States and Cuba coming up next, followed by Mexico and Panama. Find out all of our quarterfinalists today. We'll take a break tomorrow, back on Friday for 4 quarterfinal matchups. Win or go home after today. Eight minutes to go. Nicaragua still looking for that equalizer. Salvador just trying to hold serve here. Good challenge going to ground by Elias Merlo. He'll get it back on this near touchline. Merlo shot blocked down. Crep for Lacayo. A player down for El Salvador is Pedro Gomez. Here it is again. Like he fell a bit awkward, getting tangled up with Elias Merlo and Pedro Gomez. Working on that right knee area. Nicaragua gets the ball rolling again. To our score. So much on the line. Nicaragua on the comeback. They were down 3-1, just like they were down 3-0 yesterday. They have come back to make it 3-2 here today against El Salvador. No matter what happens in this game, the United States does have the inside track to advance. So it really comes down to one of these two teams. Lacayo. This will go back to Nicaragua. Cortez. Crep. Lacayo. Deflected out once more. Eric Martinez getting in the way. And here comes El Salvador. Shot coming on, and this gets in. A deflection off the goalkeeper. Rodrigo Contreras makes it 4-2. Almost something out of nothing here for El Salvador. Right off the back heel of Rudy Rodriguez. Boy, that is a tough one to swallow for Nicaragua, but Rodrigo Contreras able to get the goal. And now the hill gets steeper for Nicaragua. They now need 3 goals. Here comes a shot, and it's saved by Lemus. It's felt like most of the goals in this game have come almost immediately after one of the teams has scored. A collision in front of goal. This one stays in play. And now maybe a chance for Nicaragua back the other way. Looking for Downs. And it runs out of play. Downs. Sent downfield. Trying to get an angle to shoot. Cross comes in and was blocked down by Downs. Downs continues his run before it's taken back. Shot comes on, it's blocked down. Zepeda will just put this out of play. Munoz plays this downfield. Martinez on the turn, the shot blocked down. Downs is able to keep that in play, at least for the moment. Big collision between a couple of players. Martinez goes down. And Martinez stays down. Downs who got tangled up there at the beginning, and then Martinez went down right around midfield. Martinez will come off and ball get put back into play. Salvador just 4.5 minutes away. They can really start to feel it now. Munoz. And used a little bit too much of the field as it's out of play. Nervy moments at the back here, maybe some miscommunication. And Nicaragua will have a good chance to put one in the penalty area. Oh, now it looks like this will go back to El Salvador. They'll have to wipe up a wet spot on the floor. Pass goes out of play. Timeout on the field. The last few minutes of this final group stage match for both of these teams. El Salvador needs a win or a draw to advance, and they look like they are on their way to the knockout stage for the first time ever. It's their first time in this competition since 1996, where they didn't make it out of the group stage. That was the first time this competition had ever been contested. They did it with a 1-1 draw against the United States and a 2-1 win against Cuba yesterday. And here was one of those goals. Chavez getting that. It's been a good second half performance here from El Salvador. Pedro Gomez, who did score one of those goals for El Salvador, now watching on from the bench. He has a big bandage around that right knee. It's not a good sight, especially ahead of Friday's quarterfinal, should they finish this one off. Foul kick in, and it looks like it's Adali Lacayo donning the green jersey that he might come on here in the next few moments as an extra player in the attack. Under 4 minutes to go. Stolen away, Kripp. Correa. And it's taken once more. Sandoval switching the play. A beautiful goal from El Salvador. Rodrigo Contreras is second of the game. And now El Salvador 1 foot in the quarterfinal. In transition again, Sandoval, beautiful assist. And Rodrigo Contreras there to provide the finish. So 5-2 El Salvador. They've really started to pour it on in this second half. Nobody in goal at this point. And this becomes interesting now for the United States. El Salvador, a 3-goal lead. And Nicaragua, nobody in goal anymore. This could come down to goal difference for who wins Group D. And of course, the first place team in Group D will play the second place team in Group A, and then vice versa. First in Group A versus second in Group D. And there's Lacayo coming back on. Looks like Lacayo will be kind of the last man of defense at this point. Keeping this alive. Sequeira, Lacayo, back for Sequeira. Shot deflected out of play. Corner kick coming. Into the penalty area. And now it's clear back downfield. Is that a handball on Lacayo? The referee blows the whistle. Lacayo trying to come off the field for Rodriguez to come back on, and that's a red card. Lacayo, his day is finished. So now it'll be El Salvador with the man advantage. Here's another look at it. trying to just get that hand out of the way, I think, but couldn't do so in time. So until 48 seconds, it'll be a man advantage unless a goal is scored. And now things get really difficult for Nicaragua. They can really just play keep away at this point. Sandoval and Munoz just passing it back and forth. That's what they'll continue to do here. Now they'll try for a penetrating pass, and it's put out of play. It's Varela with the shot. And once again, it's quickly back in possession for El Salvador. It's Sandoval and Munoz. Rodriguez coming out of the area. It's bouncing around, and he'll squeeze it and throw it straight out of play. Munoz and Sandoval. Here comes a shot, and it's wide by Munoz. Munoz, Varela, and out this shot off the post. It was Chavez getting that shot away for El Salvador. This trickles out of play. 30 seconds to go with the man advantage. There it was again. Good quick passing from El Salvador in the penalty area. Aguilar will put this well out of play. Right back in a good area. And now into the final minute of play. El Salvador can really start to feel it now. Into the center circle. And they get the man back, so it's back to even strength on both sides. Shot comes on. Lemos, one more big save. He'll just throw it as far as he can downfield. Trying to turn the corner, and Chavez commits the foul. Put back in play quickly. On the turn. A couple players going down. This ball will go out of play. It's a corner kick now for Nicaragua. What a momentous occasion this is for futsal in El Salvador. It'll be the first time El Salvador gets through to the knockout stage, and they have not lost in this competition. The draw against the United States, the win against Cuba. As this one's knocked out of play, 2.8 seconds left. And as the buzzer sounds, El Salvador is off to the knockout stage. for the first time in their history in the Concacaf Futsal Championship. 5-2 winners over Nicaragua. And what a match this was, back and forth, but in the end, El Salvador just too much for Nicaragua. So the first game of the day complete. 1 more to go in Group D, 4 more to go overall. But the first match of the day finishes El Salvador 5, Nicaragua 2.